Hey everybody, welcome back to UR Supreme Toys. Today we're going to be going over the G.I. Joe Ultimates Cobra B.A.T comic version from Super7. Now this was another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so to speak. If you went to the Super7 booth at the Comic-Con, you could get a coin which gave you admittance to the Super7 store, which was set up like the Cobra Recruitment Center, and there you could buy exclusives. And this was one of them. However, after the show, you could order it online at the Super7 store. So this is the shipper box. Nothing special. Got the G.I. Joe logo on it. Nothing really on the back except for a bunch of legalese and a barcode. So let's go ahead and pop this guy open. I'm so eager to get the first wave of G.I. Joe Ultimates. It's got the cellophane wrapper on it. Now here we have the packaging. This box, yet again, Super7 knocks it out of the park with their packaging. There's a metallic sheen to the box, and it's in this Arctic blue type of camo with weathering around the edges. It looks really nice. This is another one of those figures that looks amazing in the package. This Cobra logo, everything's embossed, so it's like three-dimensional. It's got the dog tags, Cobra B.A.T, Battle Android Trooper, right there. Oh wow! Look at that. That is a gorgeous looking figure right in the package. This package looks amazing, but the figure looks even more amazing. So it's going to be easy for me to actually open this figure and check it out. And that's what we're going to do.
Cobra B.A.T, Battle Android Trooper, file name, classified. Primary military specialty, classified. Secondary military specialty, classified. There's a lot of classifications here. The B.A.Ts are the perfect Cobra troopers. They never question orders, complain about chow, shirk duty, or surrender. They require no leave time, sick pay, or benefits of any kind, and they are cheap and easy to replace. On the other hand, bats do not react very well to changes in field conditions, nor do they discriminate between targets. They will shoot at anything that moves, be it friend or foe. They also have an unfortunate tendency to burst into flames when hit from behind. Bats are dangerous to everybody. They'll shoot bayonet or kick anything in sight. Cobra infantrymen don't like to be on the same battlefield with bats. When a Cobra unit is losing a battle, they will dispense bats into the midst of the firefight in order to evacuate the area easily.
So let's go ahead and pop this guy open. Ah, interesting. They did not tape the box shut. Usually it's taped shut. Collector friendly, maybe? First we have this backpack. This is the backpack that holds his extra like machine hands that we'll get to later. They just peg into the little holes there, and this will sit into his shoulder. Here we have another backpack. The little spores there. Can't see it. I don't know if you see in there. And they just peg into place. Then we have a electric blast effect. Now the regular version will come with these two, and they'll just peg into the chest or something like he got shot. Grappling hands. The sculpts on these are fantastic, by the way. And the paint, I love that silver metallic paint. The hands have a hinge and swivel on top of the peg, so they'll be able to swivel twice, I guess. Got a typical SMG machine gun, and then a laser pistol. These guns are just painted metallic silver, no other special treatment there. Claw saw attachment. It does not open. It is one solid piece. So this was a hand option. Here we have 2 trigger hands. A necessity, I think, for this guy. Got to be able to carry his guns. These have a vertical, or yeah, these have a vertical hinge, and they swivel too. And then here we have 2 more trigger hands. I wonder what the difference is. 2 more trigger hands. I'm not sure what the difference is. These 2 have the vertical hinge, so I'm not exactly sure. Let me see. Ah, I see. These are battle damaged. So you can see his circuitry and parts. And these are clean, undamaged. Okay. Necessary? I don't think so. But, you know, whatever. I'll take it. And then we have these 2 hands. It looks like a laser blaster and some type of drill, but not really a drill. I'm not sure what that is. And then we got the battle damaged head. I really like this head. It's got some brown paint painted in the eye where it was busted. Some silver in the grills right there. These are nice and snug in there. That's where we got our Cobra Bat. He's got a very wide range of head motion, like extremely. I'm not sure, like it looks like there was supposed to be a neck articulation, but there isn't. This head just fell right off. I wonder if, I feel like they might have, there it is, now it's on. He has these little grenades on his bandolier. This is very reminiscent of the vintage 3 3/4 inch figures, and they always had guns or grenades or knives that were part of the sculpt that you couldn't use, and they're glued to this strap. The strap's painted. It's got a brown belt and silver buckle. Got his Cobra logo. Seems pretty clean. You can see the chest peg hole right there for the electronic effect. Nothing really on the back except another buckle and belt. I love the arms. The arms are so silvery and so well cleanly sculpted. Articulation, not that high. Can't do much as far as like and that's as far as the elbow goes. So it's almost a 90, but not quite. This arm seems backwards for some reason. See that? See how it twists right there and it looks uneven? But if you twist it back this way, it looks right. So I think the hand needs to come around. It's very tight. The other arm goes a little bit higher because there is no logo on that end. Can't even cut his arm back to a 180. It just kind of stops right there. And that's as much as it goes for 90. He does have a, ooh, wow. Oh, that's beautiful. That's just like the 3 3/4 figures. I'm glad they did that. That's such an easy range of motion. You don't have to worry about it cutting into the sculpt, and it gets, you know, it doesn't do much, but it gives you like a nice little side to side type of articulation. I do not like this holster, mainly because it is glued to both the hip and the belt. I felt like they could have just glued it to the belt and it would have been fine. Or the hip. It kind of hinders his articulation a bit. And if you display this for long enough, that glue is going to break loose and it's going to come off. So that's as far as his knee goes up. Swivel at the shin. His feet are the one thing that are unnecessarily articulated. They go back way further than anything else. I'm not complaining, but I just wish they could have did better with other points of articulation. Kind of not very tight. Everything's kind of loose here. How will that affect standing? I don't know. Doesn't very much. Stands pretty well. He is 7¼ inches, it seems. Yep. So he's just above 7 inches. I don't think they needed all of the extra hands. They pop in and out very easily though. Let's see, I'm going to give him the SMG. For once, I'm able to get a Super 7 accessory in a hand without much issue. I mean, there's a few that hasn't been an issue with, but a lot of the Thundercats and such have had problems just putting their accessories in their hands right out of the package. Now, I'm more inclined to use this backpack. This one's a little heavy, but it'll peg right here in these little shoulder slots. It's an interesting design. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. It's what they chose to do. So if he falls off your shelf, that thing is flying away. As you can see right out of the bat, it's heavy enough where it wants to pull him back. See? Not so thrilled about that. But you can get him balanced. And if you pop him up against the back of the shelf or wherever you have him sitting, he'll be okay. Let's see his battle damaged helmet. Fits on very nicely, very quickly. Here's a tab hidden right behind the belt right here. I don't know if you can see that. Right there on the plastic window. That's what you use to pull the glass out of place. So you can put the electronics effect in his chest like he's been shot. That looks pretty cool. You have his backpack here. You can just peg his extra robot arms. It's very tight. They don't just pop in easily. Peg those in like that, and they do just like the canister did, and they peg the backpack pegs into the shoulders. I don't really like that, but I would rather have the back peg or of some type. I'm not really sure why they chose to do it like that, and I'm also not sure why the bats have to carry around their extra hand accessories in a backpack. But either way, it still makes him kind of top heavy, and his feet, everything down here is kind of loose, so he will fall over eventually, no matter what you do. But he looks great. I love this figure. This is a wonderful figure. The battle damage even looks good. Let's see the pistol. Yeah, that's what I want. You should be able to fit your accessories in the hands that easy. I don't know why that's such an issue with like the Thundercats, but it's almost impossible for the majority of those figures to put the weapons in their hands right out of the package. This guy is almost flawless. His sculpt is amazing. His paint apps are like top notch. The only issues I see: limited articulation on the elbows, a little bit loose on the hips. I do not like this holster and the way it's glued in place. The backpacks, I'm not real keen on how they chose to attach them to him, but you know what it is. What it is. The accessories are great. Like, even though I'm not going to use this is a nice little like field accessory. You can just have it sitting there like a canister, and you can even put like a helmet on it, or you know, hands like parts or something. There's a lot here. Let's see how well this holster is. This is obviously meant for this pistol. This little piece right here is very soft and pliable. So the gun should just slide right in. It does. Now there's a tiny itty bitty little notch there and a hole. I guess they intended you to be able to close it up, but it really just sits in there. Like, the complaints I'm making are very minor. It's this is a beautiful figure, and I was so worried about how the Joe figures were going to turn out after the first wave of Transformers were such a major disappointment to me. I'm glad to see that maybe they've done better with the Joes. Articulation still needs to be tweaked just a bit. If they tweak the articulation just a bit, these figures could be perfect. But Super 7's done made it clear they're more about the appearance and aesthetic of the sculpt as opposed to how many cuts of articulation you have and how well they're executed. My only issue with that is I still see the articulation points on their figures. They're blatantly obvious. It's not like they're hidden joints or anything. And they're not any more well hidden than the joints on a NECA figure or anything like that. And the NECA stuff is so well articulated, it's just ridiculous. And the sculpts are on par, if not better, in a lot of cases. And so are the paint apps, by the way. NECA's paint apps are just sick. This did cost me $55 plus shipping, so it was about 60 something bucks after shipping. He is still for sale. He is not sold out yet. You can still get him on the Super 7 website. This has been the Super 7's G.I. Joe Ultimates Cobra Bat comic version. I am UR Supreme Toys. Thank you so much for watching.